All right, welcome to Squared Away Life. My name is Camden Busey. I want to take a minute to walk you through a daily Bible reading tracker using Obsidian. If you don't have Obsidian, head over to their website, obsidian.md. You can download it. You can see here I have Obsidian loaded. I use this as my PKM system, my personal knowledge management system. Been using it for several years. I absolutely love it. It's a free app. It works really well. And the reason I particularly like this app versus other options that are available is that at the end of the day, the core files for this are just text files. And I can use other apps to edit them. I have a whole ecosystem of apps that allow me to get stuff into Obsidian, and then it organizes and controls and maintains my whole knowledge management system. So I use it as a control panel for my life. I have a home note, which serves as my kind of dashboard for the day. And what I include in there are not, the things I need to do for the day. I often have various plans in there, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual plans that I use multi-scale time block planning a la Cal Newport and his website and his podcast, A Deep Life. I also do my daily readings and keep track of my Bible reading, particularly every day in my home note, along with my daily review of all my previous journal entries and notes. I have two sample files here. I have a basic page that'll explain and walk you through this query example. It includes a sample query, and I also have a file that includes all of the Machine Bible reading entries laid out for 2026. And I'll walk you through how to do this. You can download these files and get started by heading over to squaredawaylife.com/obsidian-reading. Obsidian-reading. And if you fill out the form there, subscribe to my email newsletter, I will send you these files. You'll be able to download them immediately on that page and get walking with me through this tutorial. But let's take a look at it. Fire up Obsidian. The first thing you need to know is that you need to be using the Dataview plugin. That's going to interpret this query into something that will display all of the readings for the day and the incomplete readings from previous days. So to get the Dataview plugin working, you head over down to this gear icon toward the bottom left of Obsidian once you have Obsidian up and running. Click on Community Plugins. There are a bunch of core plugins, but we want to click on Community Plugins. Then we want to click Browse and search for Dataview, all one word. Once you do that, you'll see this. I already have it installed, but if you don't, like I don't have this installed, just click the little cloud and down arrow icon, and that will download it and then install the app, the plugin. Once you do, you should be able to see something of this sort where Dataview will appear in your list of plugins, and then under this, check the box, check this toggle. And once you've enabled Dataview, we're good to go. Now come back into Obsidian with the files that you have downloaded from me after subscribing to the email newsletter. You're going to place them in your vault somewhere. So when you created a vault or you started Obsidian, you would have established a vault and told it where that exists, what the folder structure is. Put those files into your vault somewhere, and you're going to be able to find them. Now, when you're looking at them in Obsidian, there are two ways to look at your files. One of them is in code, so we'll see things here. You're looking at the code view here, and you'll see these hash marks. You'll see these, caret things, these greater than signs. You'll notice stuff like this query. But you can also hit Command E on Mac or hit this little icon, and it will switch over to the reading view. rather than the edit view. And that interprets all of those formatting marks into, the proper formatting. So instead of seeing, for example, 3 hash marks here, it interprets that into looking like a header. And then things like this, which are code blocks, it formats them as a code block. And it's also seeing here, instead of this query, it's interpreting that and pulling the results. Now you'll notice here, you're not seeing any results now for the query, even though I have a reading list here with all the readings for 2026 laid out. Now to fix this, follow the steps, but the basic thing is here, you need to tell it where you want to search for reading tasks. And here, I don't have a folder called your folder name or your second folder name. I've placed those particular readings in my folder. I prefer to keep my stuff in calendar, plans, readings. So go, and we're not going to do 2. If you need to do more than 1, you can always separate them by or. We're only going to have 1 folder, and we want to search, and it'll search subfolders too, but we want to search in for me, the calendar/plans/readings folder. So this query is a Dataview query. It's looking for tasks from the calendar, plans, readings folder and any subfolders under that, where the due date is less than or equal to today and the task is not fully completed. Not, the exclamation point there means not in this query language and in other programming languages you may know. And then we want to sort them by due date, and then if they have the same due date, we want to sort them by text or the name of the reading in ascending order. So now, when we go to view this, we still don't see anything. And that is because I am recording this on December 30th, 2025. So it's looking for anything with a due date of today or earlier, and the readings are not fully completed. So to get around that, we're going to get rid of this line just to show you, just to demonstrate what this will do. So now we're only going to be looking for reading tasks under calendar, plans, readings that are not fully completed, and sort them by due date and then text ascending. And there we go. So I have some old readings for today in a different file that need to be read. These are readings that I will be reading tomorrow in my 2025 plan. But then starting here, the 2026 plan, we start to see that on January 1st, I'm going to need to read Acts 1, Ezra 1, Genesis 1, and Matthew 1. So this is how you get the query to work. Now, let me show you the readings file. So the first thing you need to notice is just this basic task format in Obsidian. If you have this dash, or if you use an asterisk, this is the typical markdown format for bulleted list. And then these brackets separated by a space are the way that they track tasks. And you can actually, when you go to the view list, it comes up as a box, and you can check that and mark it as complete, and Obsidian will interpret that as a completed task. You'll notice also we have a link here, so this is Genesis 1. You could just say Genesis 1, and then that's just text, followed by this calendar emoji and a date in year dash month dash day format. That's how it interprets the due date. But instead of just having normal plain text, I prefer to have a hyperlink. This is a hyperlink not to an external website, but to the Logos app installed on my computer, but it also works on mobile. When I'm looking at this note on my iPhone or on my iPad, it will also interpret these links, and when I click the link, it will fire up the Logos app directly to that passage. Super handy. Now, if you don't use Logos, or you want something else, you can change this link. And I put an example here. You can change it to the ESV website, for example, and I tested that these work. At least the ones the passages I tested work. You can replace this part of the link with this https://www.esv.org/ and then you want the passage to come after the slash, and the ESV website will interpret this. And in fact, when you click that link, it'll open the website right to Genesis 1. Now, it's going to take you forever, to do effectively 365 times 4 of all those. So you're not going to want to do that. If you want to replace that, do a find and replace. You can go to edit, replace. Then you can search this. This is why I wrote this. You can use find and replace to replace this text with this text. And then, there's now 1,460 of them. Hit this icon to do all of them. And there you go. Now all of your links are pointing to the ESV website instead, or you can find some other option for you. Maybe you have a different app installed on your computer or your mobile device, or you want them to go to some other place. But that should work. And there you have it. You have all your readings for 2026. When you're done with 2026 and you want to change this to another year, you can do the same thing, do a find and replace 2026 with 2027 or whatever year it is. And that's a way for you to keep moving forward with your daily readings, and for doing them in Obsidian. You don't have to use this daily readings query example note, but you might create your own home note like I have, and then copy and paste this query into your home note. And then every morning, fire up and open your home note, get your day started, take a look at your daily readings and any readings you missed in the past, and click the link, read the passage. Ideally, journal about it, write about it in a new note, in a journaling note entry in Obsidian, and then check it off, mark it as complete, and then move on. Well, this is the basic way that I track my daily readings in Obsidian. Again, visit obsidian.md to download the app, and follow me for more tips and tricks and ways that I use Obsidian to further my knowledge management and organization. You can find all this online at squaredawaylife.com. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, and subscribe to the newsletter at squaredawaylife.com. You'll get more information regularly fed into your inbox. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.